You just press play on the Last Breath Huntcast, home of the Huntroversy. We're here to entertain, educate, and engage. And in case you didn't know, you only live once. But if you do it right, once is enough. Don't waste it. All right, what is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 63 of the Last Breath Huntcast. My name is Grant. Right next to me is Garrett. And today, if you are watching this on YouTube, you will notice that we're definitely and certainly not in our studio. That's because we're on our way to a gaming convention. We're just kidding.
I feel like we're part of SpaceX.
SpaceX? Yeah. I don't even know what that is. But anyway, today we are actually on the way to go hunt. And we thought, what better a way to be really efficient during deer season with our podcast than record some, if we need to, in the truck to and fro. So if we kill a deer tonight, maybe we'll be coming at you guys this way from now on. So if it sounds a little bit different, I don't really know what it's going to sound like. I did a preliminary test earlier, and I believe that it's going to be just as fine. It's not going to be as high quality as our studio set, but it'll get the job done nonetheless. So we wanted to do a quick and short podcast today on episode number 3, and that is the public
Episode
land.
number 3?
63. Did I say 3?
You said 3.
Oh shoot, 63, which is the public land team. So Ryan and Cody.
PLT coming in hot. Whitetail Legacy Podcast. Those boys got dealt the short stick, lost their lease.
Yep.
Literally lost their lease like 15 days into season. Had to go take down every camera, every stand, everything they've done all summer long.
Yeah.
And they're resorting to 100% public land. Good for them, though, however, is that they did do a lot of homework this summer on a couple pieces of public. They have some phenomenal deer to hunt, even though it is public.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, if there's anybody that I think can pull it off on not just a good deer, but exceptional deer on public, it's those two guys.
Yep, absolutely. I feel like they've got a lot of, they were, basically, we'll rewind a second. So they asked us to be a part of their 16-day straight rutcation that they're doing in partner with Exodus trail cameras. So basically the gist of it is they are going 16 straight days, all public during the rutcation from like Halloween all the way through first gun season in Illinois.
I bet you can just
and the basic gist of it is that they're going to be just hitting public the whole time based on stuff that they've got over the last couple of years on that public land piece. They've got some giants on camera, so I'm almost done making the first episode, which big news for you guys listening to our podcast and to theirs. Our first episode is going to launch on our YouTube channel on Saturday, October 31st, I believe the day is. It's that Saturday that's either on Halloween or the day right before. It's that Saturday, and we're going to make it live in the morning. So right after you guys listen to their first day podcast of 1 out of 16, you'll be able to go to our YouTube channel and watch it all go down. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's definitely going to be grueling for them to go home and record a podcast every single night for 16 nights straight after all the stuff they're going to be doing.
If I was them, I would be doing this. We should tell them that. Not to steal your thunder, men, but like,
this is pretty convenient right now.
You can lay down like part 1 going in. Here's what we're going to try to do. Maybe. And then on the way home, they could record part 2 and say like, this is what happened.
Right.
Like that plan was a complete flop, or it worked perfectly.
Here's a dead deer.
Because the guys that choose to hunt public land or that are forced to, I mean, it's way more work before you hunt and after you hunt, because you got to hang your stand every day. You got to take it down every day.
Yep.
You don't have to, but I mean, you got a lot of faith in people.
There's some, I think the place on that they're hunting, you can't leave your stands. There's some state
required.
public. I think there's some state public DNR records. I hear Dan Infalt talking about that on some of his episodes from time to time, that it's, I guess it's illegal to leave your stand on certain tracts of public. I don't know, because I'm not a big public land hunter, but
I know like Loud Thunder and Big River you can, but you have to tag them like with like a waterproof tag to say who you are, and you're only allowed 1 stand per hunter. But I'm sure it's, like you said, different on every piece.
Right,
depending on
state by state.
Yeah, and state by state, but even internally, I've got different pieces. But I gotta go there. Like, I feel like the announcers on dodgeball right now.
Yeah.
Like, oh gosh, Cotton, that's a bold move. You know, like, it feels weird. But your very bold beard.
Well,
like,
Peter LaFleur is putting on the.
I think you're just that full beard is maybe scuffing it. That mic.
Oh yeah.
Get that? Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh,
it's fixed now.
No, you got a limp wire.
Oh. God dang it. Anyways, there we go. This is fixed now. Anyways, so they're going to be going 16 days hard on public, and their hit list is great. It's way better than the hit list we got, that's for sure. They've got a couple deer that are exceptional, huge. Yeah. And I mean, when I mean huge, I mean bigger than anything that we've ever shot. Freaking huge. And if they can put that together and lay down that footage, podcast about it, and then they can get me the footage as quickly as possible, and I can whip together the episode and let it happen. That's gonna be awesome for them to be able to say, you know, we did it, you know. And I have faith that they are gonna have at least a couple opportunities, if not tag a couple big bucks, if not multiple, you know. So
I really think what's neat about this series that they're doing is that they're going to leave it completely raw, unscripted, unedited, and I feel like just like how we have our vacation.
Yep.
It's going to have peaks and valleys. You're going to go that first day, man. I bet you, like, they'll be so darn chipper, like, we're fucking jacked up. Yep. We're going in. This is going to be awesome. And then about 5 days in,
when their eyes are burning,
of either bad weather or not having opportunities or maybe a missed opportunity, you know, it could just be completely different. But then as soon as one of them kills, woo,
back to cloud nine again,
buddy.
Yep. Absolutely.
And so I think it's going to be awesome, the fact that, like I said, every single day you got a podcast, so you can hear it almost immediately, like daily uploads, and then followed up by the video episodes to come back as soon as possible.
Yep.
It's going to be a really cool to watch the progression of their rutcation, and B, I think going to be pretty damn informative, because they're gonna film what they're doing, and they're gonna talk about what they're doing. Like, every day we're doing this because of this. We changed it up because of this, whether it's weather patterns or they saw the deer responding differently. Maybe it was other hunters that moved in there. I mean, to guys that are really hunting public or private. I mean,
it's going to give a daily rut report for west central Illinois. Yep. Like every day for literally two and some change weeks. So that's going to be, like you said, really educational for everybody that's going to listen to it, and entertaining for everybody that wants to watch it. So the way we're doing the series, so episode 1, they're laying out their plan, they're laying out their hit list, they're laying out all the different things that they're doing and have done to put themselves in a position to be successful this year. That episode is going to be up on our YouTube channel, the Last Breath TV YouTube channel, on October 31st, that's Saturday at 8 a.m. That's when we've been typically launching these episodes. And so that's going to be the last Saturday in October there. That'll be episode 1. And then every 4 days will be a new episode. Every 4-day chunk, after they've recorded that chunk on video, homie is going to transfer it to me. I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to try to kick it out as quickly as I can. So
almost like quarterly updates.
Yeah, quarterly updates of their 16-day rutcation. So episode 2 will be the first 4 days. Episode 3, the second 4 days, so on and so forth. So it's going to be pretty cool to see their progression, see, you know, all the encounters that stack up, see all of the, you know, the chasing phase, the lockdown phase, everything like that. Like I said, it's going to be a whitetail hunter's rut report for like the better part of November, the first half of November, literally. So they've put in all of their vacation days, didn't take a single freaking day off all year long from their day jobs to just cash and roll all of these into one rip. And I got faith in them. So I'm really excited to see what they come up with.
So do I. I mean, like, switching gears, not a ton, but a little bit about what we're doing tonight. We had a really great cold front kind of move through. The first several days were terrible. It was incredibly windy. We saw very, very poor movement, and we just got the tar beat out of us, getting smashed by wind. But we hunted because, like most of you, we only have certain days or afternoons that we can slip out there until the time change, and we hunted. So it's Sunday afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock, and we're heading out right now. And
Yep.
we had sleet.
Rain just subsided.
Yeah, rain, sleet. It's cold. It's that damp cold. You know, what we're really hoping for, I think, is a deer to come check on his scrapes, right? He needs to go and freshen them up because they just got watered down.
Yep.
And you combine that with some cold weather, hopefully deer will be on their feet. Yesterday we hung a stand for today. Continually scouting and evolving. That's one thing that we're doing. I mean, even though our pieces are private, right? We catch that shit a lot. Like, you guys are deer just walk right in front of you. You know, booners are prancing around in your farms. No,
I got a good YouTube comment the other day. Matt got one on his Whitetail Cribs episode that said, of all people, Matt, right?
I know.
The kid that shot more Pope and Young bucks and more, you know, Boone and Crockett whitetails than like any other 28-year-old that I know personally. And there's this guy that ripped him on a comment and said, private land, ... no skill involved whatsoever. Okay, man, whatever.
I don't know. I just, it's frustrating because you can't
please everybody.
No, I mean, consistency, dude. I mean, we're lucky enough. We work hard to maintain our relationships on the farms and the leases that we have. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's not like we're out here hunting country miles either. I mean, these are small pieces, and you got to be really particular about them. And what we have, we covet. You got to hunt them right. So getting back to the stand.
Yep.
You know, this farm we've had for 2 years, this lease, and we're still really learning deer movement and patterns and kind of the way the farm hunts. And we tapped into a new area that we really didn't hunt much last year. And we had a stand that we hung for the last couple of days, and it wasn't right. We thought it would be better than it was. Realized that we were close, but not good. I bet we moved the stand, what do you think, 100 yards down the field?
Yeah, maybe a little more, but
not over 150. I mean, less than 150 yards, 150
not
yards.
Not too far.
And I think we're really in a good spot.
We're in a bottom out of the wind too.
We are, but we're not in the very bottom though. You know, we're not in the lowest spot. It's just a nice little natural funnel that we found. There's a hole in the fence, which also adds to it too, because you have the topography change on top of the fact that the fence is broke there. Really allows for just concentrated deer movement. There's a couple natural scrapes that are there.
Yep.
And we had to work to get that stand how we wanted it. It was probably one of the longest, more arduous stands to hang than we ever have because of trimming. You know, typically we try
all hedge tree.
Oh,
all hedge tree in the way of one window.
Young hedge. So on top of it being hard as a rock, young hedge trees are
covered in thorns.
Yeah, covered in thorns. Covered in thorns. But I think we got it right. I think it's going to be a dynamite stand for the stretch of October and into November, and this is our first time going into hunting.
Yeah. So we wanted to make sure you guys knew about the public land team. So the Whitetail Legacy Podcast, guys, coming live on our YouTube channel. 5 episodes. Episode 1, the plan. Episodes 2 through 4. Days 1 through 16 of their Illinois rutcation from October 31st all the way to November 15th or 16th. It's going to be pretty awesome, and you guys are going to want to hop on our YouTube channel, subscribe, follow along with the ride. Listen to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast as they break down every single day of their 16th-day rutcation. And just, you know, getting back to it, I wanted to say one thing before we hopped off here tonight, and that's just be a good person. You know, like, I love personally in our inner circle when good things happen to good people. Like Pete Gentry just shot a bull. Shout out to Pete. He'll be on the podcast coming up soon. I love when good shit happens to good people, and that is why I always root for the Whitetail Legacy guys, because those two guys have become really close friends with us and are just really good people, would give their shirts off their back to anybody in need if they could. And it seems like those are, you know, sometimes in short supply. So
absolutely. And I think, you know, Ryan would probably give his pants off his ass too. Probably before his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's hung like a horse, but I actually don't know. I have no idea. I just hope Ryan listens to this and makes him laugh. But on a serious note though, speaking of good people, I think we should talk about Wayne Tompkins. Super excited again to be working with him.
Yep.
And one of those guys that you meet and you're like, God, you are just a great dude. So I'm going to share a little bit, a small side story here. Chris, Jeff, and I obviously went out elk hunting. Chris was lucky enough to shoot a beautiful big bull and took it to Wayne. Chris is, in his 40s, and he really just got bit by the hunting bug probably 4 years ago. So his progression has rapidly, you know, increased as far as starting to get his first archery kill. Now he's going west every year, and he's really took to it like a pig to mud. He goes over to Wayne's and drops it off, and Wayne's showing him his shop, showing him some of the mounts and the different types of poses he can do. And Wayne goes down to Texas every year and catches rattlesnakes.
Yeah, huge ones.
Yeah, big ones, like scary rattlesnakes. Not like 2-footers, but like 5-footers. Anywho, Wayne had been working on the rattlesnakes because he finished up all of his deer heads for the year, waiting for more to come in. It's perfect time for him to knock them out. And he had these rattlesnakes, one of them done, actually on a form, like coiled up and on a form where like he was looking to strike. And Chris just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And he's like, man, I want to do that. I want to get one of these one day. Well, Wayne's like, I got to wash my hands off real quick. Hold on one second. He went to the back, and Wayne he goes down every year, so he's got quite a few of them. He's made snakeskin boots and belts and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yep.
But what he'll do with some of them is he'll mount them like on a white oak or a quarter cherry board or something really pretty. And he came back with like this 4.5-foot rattlesnake that he had hand mounted, and he's like, thanks for giving me your business. I want you to have this. And Chris was just blown away. And how cool is that? I mean, no, is that going to happen every time where you bring him out there and you get like a prize? But it's like, Chris
he didn't have to do that.
He didn't have to do that.
Nope.
And I don't know, just really cool. We're super, super proud and happy to be working with him. We got the code, saves you $50. You pick it up at the launch party.
BFD20.
BFD20 at Tompkins Taxidermy. We already had a gentleman bring it up from Missouri. So I don't know if we should share his name or not. We'll leave it.
We'll leave it.
Yeah, but dude,
you can see it at the launch party though.
Yes, that is awesome. Wayne was super excited to have you bring it up there, so I know you're listening. Shoot us a message if you're cool with us saying who you are. But we know you're from Missouri. We know you had a little bit of windshield time to bring it up to Wayne. But yeah, we're getting off hard road now. We're going on to gravel. So this is going to be a shorter podcast than normal.
Yep.
I like it. I hope it sounds okay, even though I feel like a geek.
Oh yeah, I felt like a super geek today earlier when I was in Target buying these. I like slid them across the counter, and the cashier gave me this look like, okay, all right, man, sweet gaming set.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to like put camo tape on mine or something. Yours is at least black. Mine's white.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
You can't ever trust a guy that wears white sunglasses.
I like the blue one.
So
I got 2 different ones so we could distinguish.
Oh yeah, we got to make sure we don't spread this Chinese virus.
Yes. And so yeah, we're about 45 seconds from shutting the truck off and going to hunt. So good luck if you're out tonight. It's Sunday, October 18th. Hopefully deer move for you. Hopefully you're seeing deer. Be a part of the Last Breath Inner Circle, because that's our Facebook group that Garrett made. It's awesome. And we're really looking forward to sharing you guys what happens throughout our season. So tune in to Last Breath Live on Wednesdays, Throwback Thursdays. Saturday's our new episode. We have several of those left. Moultrie's Image Autopsy, we still have 4 in the bank left of those. Everybody that's new listening to the podcast, we really appreciate you guys tuning in, and all the uptick of subscribers and people that have been reaching out to us and saying hey, that are just now discovering our brand and what we do. So we really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Thank you again for listening, and don't waste it. Go kill a big one.